Hey guys, welcome back to the Foolish Show. Of course, I am Foolish Phil. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Michigan's 70-64 loss today to the Michigan State Spartans. And this game was just disappointing on a few levels. Obviously, Michigan had wrapped up the Big Ten title on Thursday and kind of had nothing to play for, but you're still playing your rival, so you're kind of wondering what the team's going to be like. And to start off the game, both teams were shooting pretty poorly. Both teams, it was a pretty competitive game, don't get me wrong. But the few big storylines, obviously, for Michigan, Eli Brooks rolling his ankle. He was on the sideline after the game in a boot. Hopefully it's not anything too serious. Hopefully he can be back on Friday for the opening round, Michigan's opening round of the Big Ten tournament. But that's going to be a question mark. I mean, if he has any risk of not being able to play, I would just let him rest and try to get ready for the March Madness tournament, the NCAA tournament. But that's a big question. Like, is he going to be healthy or not? Because Michigan really doesn't have the same balance without him. You can really see it. Chaundi Brown had to come in, and he wasn't really as effective to start. He was a little off. He ended up coming in and doing a better job towards the end, don't get me wrong, but it just throws everything off. And so now, looking ahead, Michigan really hopes that Eli Brooks is not injured. Props to Michigan State. Good old Henry. He got the points. If you remember my last video, it was if Henry had less than 15 points, Michigan State was winless. And I think they were 9-1 when he had 15 or more points. Well, today he had 18 points. Michigan State gets the win. But don't get me wrong, Henry was good. But man, the story has to be the Michigan State bench, Hauser, and especially Rocket Watts. Rocket Watts was just dynamite today, and you can see why he was such a top-regarded recruit out of Detroit. He just was driving so well. He just was attacking, doing pull-up jumpers too, and he was great. 21 points for game high. Hauser had 11 points, and props to Michigan State. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They wanted the game more, and they took it. Michigan seemed to just be kind of blah, la, 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 until the last 5 minutes, and then the game would get tight, and then the lead would get back to 6-8. The lead would get tight, back to 6-7. I got to say the dagger by Langford there, that three-pointer, put them up by, I think, 6 or 7 points again with under a minute to go or so like that. Oh, that was just a dagger of any chance of coming back. And I don't like to criticize players a lot, but it was disappointing to see Isaiah Livers really not step up to the plate at all. He did in the Wisconsin game where Michigan was coming off COVID protocol. He stood up and really kept Michigan in the first half of that game, and they came back to win the second half. Today, he had 9 points and 4 rebounds with 10 minutes to go in the game. He finished with 9 points and 4 rebounds. The last under 2 minutes, he had 2 open threes and couldn't hit any of them. It's where you hear Bill Raftery saying, Michigan should be attacking, go for the quick two, go and attack, and then we're just settling for threes, and he didn't hit them. The first half, Dickinson and Wagner were 2 of 10 combined. The second half, they hit 6 shots for the game, they had 8 out of 22, so neither of them played that great. But just enough to keep Michigan in the game, just enough to think maybe we can do it. But I got to give, again, credit to Michigan State. They hit their free throws when it really mattered. When they were 1-1s, Michigan State hit those. Michigan had 2 empty possessions there, one by Mike Smith. I can't remember who the other one was. Might have been Dickinson, too, but just missing free throws. And you can't have empty possessions when you're trying to come back. No, I mean, just looking ahead now, Michigan State definitely now I think they're 15-11 on the year. Definitely, I think they're in the tournament. They've beaten number 2 Michigan, number 4 Illinois, and number 5 maybe it was Ohio State. I mean, so they have 3 top 10 wins, really 3 top 5 wins. So definitely Michigan State is almost like a Jekyll and Hyde. They can play really well and then they play really poorly. So it's just, I don't know what it is, especially with Michigan State. Maybe if I have some people on there, they can tell me what they think the issue is, why they can play so well one game and then kind of disappear the next game. Maybe they can give me, is it motivation or what? I don't watch a ton of Michigan State basketball, so maybe they can let me know what they think. Michigan, though, again, just a blah game. It just seemed like they were not interested, and that's kind of disappointing. I was really hoping that Michigan would come out and kind of just be clicking a little bit on offense, hit a couple early threes, and kind of just get up 5, 10, 8 points, and then see if Michigan State was just going to, wilt, kind of like they did in the second half on Thursday, but didn't happen. Michigan State took advantage. one little interesting stat, Eli Brooks went out. Michigan State went on a nice 7-0 run right after that. So you can kind of see Michigan was a little shell-shocked. They didn't fully recover. And you know what? Credit to Michigan State. Rocket Watts, Hauser, and Henry got it done. Hey, I'll do another video after the first round game on Friday. We'll see how that goes. It might be another matchup with Michigan State. Might be the trifecta. Of course, Michigan State has to win their first round game on Thursday. But we'll see how that goes. Might be matchup number 3. If you guys have any thoughts or comments, please put them in the section below. I'll try to respond. And if you subscribe, I appreciate that. I appreciate all my subscribers. Until I see you guys next time, go Blue!